G'day everybody, welcome to Pilates Dan. It's 2019 and it's time for our first homework sheet of the year. Yay! So this is our continuing level flowing movement homework sheet. So if you're following along at home, make sure you've got your homework sheet handy so you can follow along. If you're practicing using our YouTube videos, which obviously you are right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button to get all the latest updates from Pilates Dan. We've got a lot of videos this year that we're going to be doing, so hopefully you enjoy them. So our flowing movement class, the intent of the classes is to keep you moving through the entire class. So we're practicing not having any breaks or rests, lucky you. And so the homework sheet reflects that idea. Okay, so you're practicing your skills and trying to keep moving. All right. So the homework should take about 20 minutes or so. So you have to make sure you got your space set up with that in mind. I really like you to just kind of keep moving and not resting. So make sure your pets are away, all that jazz. So get your mat set up and we'll get ready to go. Okay, so first things first, you're going to be laying down on your back. Okay. So I'm just going to give you a moment here, just going to do some breathing, and I want you to kind of forget about any of your stresses of the day and just have some inward reflection. Very I know, but just trying to take that moment just to find your center a little bit. You're going to have your legs together, ready for the next portion of the homework sheet. You're going to inhale and exhale. Let's do 4 or 5 deep breaths, okay? Inhaling and exhaling. Nice and slow. Feel your heartbeat just slowing down a little bit as you do these breaths. We're going to do one more here. Then we're going to inhale and then exhale straight into the pelvic curl. So you're rolling the pelvis up, keeping the legs glued together, and roll it back down. Here I like to keep the rhythm of the breath and roll it back down. It's just my personal preference. Just going to try for one more here. I'm going to hold the position, ready for the next move. So we're going to extend the leg out, turn out the leg, and do 10 little circles in the air. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then go the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Bend that knee. We go straight to the other side, watching the pelvis doesn't dip. And circle 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other direction. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee, roll down, settle the pelvis back to the floor, and then double leg lift straight into that move there, and down and down. So here we're trying to keep the pelvis still as the legs go into some motion. I'm going to just do one more and hold that up. Hold here, place the hands down. We're going to tip the pelvis and legs over for our supine spine twist. Bring it back to the center. Tip over, back to the center. And tip, and back to the center. And tip, and back to the center. So just looking forwards and just reminding myself what's next. Tip, back to the center, tip, back to the center. Let's just do one more here. Tip, and back to the center. Holding this position, take the hands back behind the head. We go straight into our chest lifts and back down. So the goal here is having to hold this position for a longer time than we would normally do. You know your own bodies, how they're feeling right about now. So if you're finding that's a bit uncomfortable or it's new and you feel like you need to have a rest, so you can hold it for a little bit longer, just try and fight through that. But if you need to, lower one leg and one leg only. I'm going to do one more here. Exhale to come up into that chest lift. Now it's hula time. We're going to turn, center, turn, center. I like to exhale and center, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Let's do one more. And center, hold this position, then bring the hands down. We go straight into our 100 and beat. I want you to have your head or eyes looking down into your tummy. Keep the beat of the arms nice and strong. Let's do 2 more breaths. Hold it still. You take the hands to the knees. You're going to extend one leg, opposite hand to opposite knee. Exhale for our single leg stretch. So we haven't dropped out of that chest lifted position for this whole sequence. Well done if you're hanging in there. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both legs in and resting it down. You're going to then turn to your side. The knees are bent up still. Go straight into the clamps. Exhale, rotate and down. 2 and 3. Now, even though we're asking you to continue moving, keep your basic principles the same, okay? We always want you to be fairly well engaged because it's more work and you're trying to exercise. And let's go second position and rotate. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So my hands here just so reminding myself to keep the pelvis still. 9 and 10. Foot back and third position. The hardest of the 3 I find to get the same range of motion. And 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, and then roll onto your back, pretzel stretch just briefly. Good. And good. Now we're going to spin around. We do the other side. And rotate, and rotate. So for many of you, you'll be doing this for a little while, so I have confidence in your positions. If you're ever stuck or confused, we have tutorial videos that can help you out. 2 and 1. Now second position, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, 9 and 10. So it's a little bit quicker than we have in the past. And rotate. And 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Good. Then roll onto your back for a little pretzel stretch that side. So coming up, if you look forwards, we've now got, for this stretch, some prone exercises. So that's where you're lying on your tummy. So the first one which is just our prone breathing. It's just allowing you to settle into the position, okay? Right, I feel that's probably enough there. Okay, so you're turning over onto your tummy. Fingertips, one on top of the other, forehead resting down, shoulders relaxed. And for this moment, what I just want you to do is focus on breathing, okay? Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling strong and connected. And exhale. One more time. And exhale. Then from there, holding that engagement, floating the legs up in the air, ready for swimming. Now when we bring the legs up, keep beating, I want you to be mindful of what's happening in the pelvis as you bring the legs up. I want you to try and keep the pelvis as stable as you can. The work, we're aiming for the work to be in the hamstrings, in the glutes. Okay, so think just kind of posterior leg muscles. 2 more breaths. Good, and resting it down. Now, it's not necessarily wrong if you felt that in your lower back. That's okay, all right? So the legs can sort of pull on the lower back a little bit, or give you the idea of pulling. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It can just be that that's where you felt it. Okay. Now, from there, we're going into the quadruped position, so into a pointer, and we've got 6, 3. I can't read. 6. There we go. Okay, so exhale and bring it in. Exhale and bring it in. So this is just a little bit of balance, a bit of support work for those who love their support work. Always imagine that there's some glasses of water on your back. You try and keep them as still as you can. Exhale. Exhale. Good. Then front support, you step out. See, we haven't stopped. Just going to hold this for 4 breaths. And then rest it down. Yeah, repeat that. So fingers are spread as much as you can. Keep pushing the floor away. And back in. Good. Hold this position. You float the right leg up and lift and lower. Lift, lower. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Lift. Lift. 3, 2, 1. And resting it down. So from here, go straight into a back support position. We're going to have long legs. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale to go back down. And lift it up. And down. Lift it up. And down. Let's do one more. Lift it up. Hold it here. Float the right leg up and you lift as high as you can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And resting it down. Well done, you made it. So that's the continuing level homework sheet for this term, flowing movement. If you're practicing at home, let me know what you think. Comment, like below, and all that YouTube jazz. But I'll see you in the studio soon.